Morning, it's 4:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, November the 4th. Still half asleep. Please forgive me. You can see there's a massive pump in Litecoin. Look at this. I think this has to do with the Facebook Instant Messenger integration. So that's really going to make it useful now. Basically, anybody that's working in the United States can send money to their relative overseas via Facebook. Now that, you could be talking to your wife. Honey, I need $300 or $400. Okay, here it goes. You send it through the Facebook app. That's the ultimate socialization. You can tell right there. You used to have a huge phone bill. Now you can talk to them, avoid the phone bill, and you can send them money. The internet's going to change. This is going to change everything for lots of people that work in foreign countries. And you can see that the sell wall, the buy wall that they have here, it's very close to the epicenter. So they're still going to keep putting pressure to send the price up. And here's the other buy wall embedded in here. I keep talking about these buy walls. They've been there for constantly, using them to manipulate the market. And I keep telling you every time that this market pumps, that they're pumping the order book like an accordion. You push this toward the center, the price goes up. You push this down to the center, the price goes down. It's one of the ways I'm able to detect. I honestly think I'm better than the guys who are doing all these. See, now that they moved the price up. Now watch. This is closer to the epicenter. You just see them take down that trade and push it to the center. This is the manipulation, the buy wall. See what they did? Now, if he wants the price really to go higher, he'll remove this wall and put this higher. But again, I think he has a range in mind. Yeah, we'll let it go up to 53, but let's not let it go up to 53.50. You see? See how he did that? Even though the pump is favorable to most people, you could see that he just manipulated it. And the way I told you that he manipulated it is he's using these two walls as an accordion. If he wants to play the 2 and the buy, he pushes this piece of the accordion to the center of the accordion. If he wants to go down, he does the opposite. Let's see what he's got planned. You could usually find out if he's doing it, if it's an individual coin pump, or if they're pumping something else with it, and you'd be able to see where they're headed. Look at BCH. Look at LTC. See the graphs? Let's take a look at BCH. What they've done over here. They pumped BCH up 16%. Well, BCH is over that mark of 500. That's how I have certain prices to tell you which way the market is going up, and BCH crossed that 500. For BTC, the magic number now would be 6,400 to cross it. You see, look, if BTC were to cross the market like LTC, it would be 6,380. So let's see what happens if the bot is going to take that up too. So far, we see the biggest rises in BTC and BCH. Why, I don't know. Let's see ETH. ETH is showing signs. To go the same way as Litecoin, it would have to be 202. It has to get above 200. But this LTC came out of left field. I didn't even see this coming. Look at the graph. I think LTC is going to take off. I think that Facebook integration just opened up the door to everybody. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is very good news. I honestly think it's just an obvious choice if you're a person of low income and you're working overseas. You're not making a fortune. You're not the world's richest person. Okay. Now you just got to remember, just recently Facebook turned around and said no integration of any cryptos in Facebook. Now all of a sudden, hey, let's integrate. No, that's Bitcoin. See, this is why I don't like this thing. It decides for you. Here it is. This is what's going to cause the rise of Litecoin. Litecoin is now accessible to 2 billion plus. Facebook uses what Lite I am. This is going to change Litecoin because now you just opened up the market to 2 billion people. I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to actually integrate it into mine. They just expanded their market. That means you can be in Botswana and you need some money from your husband who's working in Dubai. You just message your husband, I need some money to buy the kids school clothes. Husband's on Facebook, says, okay, here it comes. And they could actually sit there monitoring their own transfer and get the money. And she could say, I got the money. No third-party middleman. You know, you calling him, your wife calling you, asking when you sending the money, when you sending the money. You could be right there on Facebook. I just sent it. Sit there while you're talking. And then bling, bling, there it is. It shows up in her wallet. And she's okay. This is going to change a lot of things for poor people. This is going to make their life a lot easier. It's going to make people of lower income actually have more disposable income now. If you send like $1,000, say on any of these wires, they charge you like $100. There it goes. See? The first crypto on Facebook is Litecoin. This is going to push Litecoin price up to $1,000. And you opened up a whole world when you put Litecoin on Facebook. This is very, very good news. Litecoin they actually made to tell me this is a breakthrough. This really is a breakthrough. This is going to do wonders for those that are less affluent and less wealthy. Because why rich people don't care, what they have to pay to send money to their kid in college. Poor people do. I mean, $100. If you're working, you're making $500 a week working, say, in some oil field, and as a contractor from Indonesia, and you're working in oil fields in Qatar or wherever those Middle Eastern countries, or you're working in Dubai and your family is in the Philippines and you're working in one of those fancy Dubai hotels. This is going to make your life a lot easier. This is where you could send the money on demand and you don't have to run out of your house, beg your boss for a little extra longer lunchtime so you can go send money to your kids in the Philippines. Now you can just sit there and grab your phone and go do 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 do. The money is gone. They got it? Did you get it? Yeah, okay, I'll talk to you later. You got a smartphone? Messenger, Facebook, long distance is dead. You'll be a fool not to use your phone on Facebook to talk to somebody. You got a camera and everything. The whole world's connected now. The whole world was connected by Facebook, I would say, for communications. Now it's connecting people for finances. This is good. If my son wants, say if my son in Brazil wants me to send him, it's an emergency, I need $1,000, Dad. My car broke down. Okay, I'll send you the $1,000. I could send it, you do not have to go get dressed up. Say if it happens in the middle of winter, I don't have to go to Western Union in the snow, rain, and everything. I do it right here now from my home. This is really good. This is really good. I hope this takes off. This is really good news. 2 billion people are going to be exposed to Litecoin. And people love playing with those apps on their phone. That's all they do on there. On the phone, on the train. Everybody's do 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 do. Nobody looks up from their phone. And now you're going to put it right in their face. This is really good. This is the best thing this is really the smartest move I've seen on cryptocurrency in, I would say, when I got into it. This is the best move I ever seen. That besides dumping all your Litecoin at $368 and telling everybody, good luck. But as far as the finances are concerned about Litecoin, what they did, that big dumb Charlie Lee, I don't like that. But this almost makes up for it. This is really going to push the price up. The reason why is because you can't do this with Bitcoin. You can do this with Litecoin. This was a very smart move. My hat's off. My hat's off. This is gonna, a lot of people don't realize. You talk to the people from South America, and you talk about Litecoin and Bitcoin. They know more about it than the Americans know. Oh yeah, it's cheap. I send my wife the money through the wallets, and I don't have to worry. And she sells it on the exchange over there. The woman there, they know how to do their shit. Let me tell you. How did she get access to the exchange? Oh, on my cell phone. We got everything on the cell phone. You ask them, they tell you. They kind of laugh because you call these people stupid, but they have to be smart in order to survive. This is like, you're going to wire $1,000 to your wife? You're going to use Western Union? No, why do I want to give the gringo $100 for to send my 1,000? He goes, I'll do it in this, or this. You ask them, they'll tell you. I substratum. This right here is going to be part of that revolution, substratum. Now, You got Facebook moving Litecoin. There's a lot of people in this world that can't get access to Facebook, right? Russia, Iran, China, right? Now the Chinese are coming back into the market because the courts ruled in Shanghai a couple of weeks ago that it's legal to own Bitcoin. It's considered a security over there now. All of a sudden, everybody at once in the world says it's a security. I'm telling you, it's timed. I'm telling you, the business world is playing this. I'm telling you. Now, what I think is going to happen is that as soon as sub comes online, you're going to see the Chinese people go into Facebook, and they're going to use that IM to actually transfer. The Litecoin is going to boom, because everybody's going to say, well, we can't move Bitcoin around, even though we can own it. There's still a restriction on what exchanges you can see, and now they're talking about opening up this huge government-owned exchange, which I don't think a lot of the Chinese people are going to want to use because their government is so restrictive. It is protective. I think the Chinese government's looking to protect their own people from this, to any outside influence, if you catch my drift. And what's going to happen is once substratum hits those three markets and they're able to access, they're going to go to Litecoin because it's easier to move around through Facebook. And believe me, they're not going to create a real Facebook account. Litecoin just signed their future when they did this. This is such good news, man. I heard about it, and I was like, it'll take a couple of days to see any effect. It took 2 days. Now that the news is disseminating, this is going to make people who don't have much income and have to go out and look, for a job in a foreign country. This is going to make their life a lot better. Christmas will be better for their kids if they celebrate it. It'll just make everything better. Now you opened up the whole world, man. These people can actually keep their money safe on their phone. Especially in foreign countries where, like, you see that Greece meltdown, your country's in financial trouble, right? Even in Venezuela, especially in Venezuela, this is going to blow up in Venezuela. I can tell you that right now, because they live on crypto over there. This is going to make their life so much better. This is going to be huge. I can tell you that right now. Where people are afraid to put their money in the bank and they can keep it on their phone, on their person. And usually people that are poor, their smartphone is their most valuable commodity. I mean, you got kids over there that'll jump out the window if you deny them a phone. Now you can take your money and keep it with you. Your bank is with you right there. Now what they need is an app that can pay you interest. You see how ETN is set up? It's Litecoin. Yeah, there have to be some form of exchange for them, but even if you pay a little interest on that, a tiny bit, that would friggin' turn the world upside down. People not needing a bank at all. Well, these people don't have a bank. But now their whole world is going to change thanks to this little integration. You don't even have to leave your house. In these third world countries, people see you walking down the street to Western Union every week at a certain time. You know, you can take your life in your hands. Now you can sit in your little room, you know, your little quarters in the hotel. Daddy, I need some money for some school books. As you're talking to the person, you take out your bankroll of Litecoin. Look in your wallet, baby. Here's the money. Okay, you got it? Okay, go. And then the kid has the exchange already on the phone. He goes and sells the Litecoin and deposits the cash in the local bank account. Honestly, in the future, I think it won't be these coins that the merchants will take. This will be the speculate. These coins will be the ones that are speculated, and you'll convert it back to a stable coin, and the merchants will take the stable coin. There's no reason for a merchant who cite volatility as a reason why he won't take a cryptocurrency. But if you have a cryptocurrency that's just dollar for dollar, they're just gonna take it because they don't have to worry about the price going down before they can cash out. So we're not going to see them accept Bitcoin, Litecoin. We're going to see them accept stablecoin because that's the one they'll have the least problem with. And then the speculation will be in these other alt currencies. This is how you'll make your stablecoin. You'll be a stablecoin millionaire. You won't even have to touch fiat in the future. You'll have 10 million stablecoin, and every merchant will have no problem with taking them. You're going to go buy a car with USDC. They're going to take it. So this is really good news, and you can see its effect. I think you just seen the beginning. Look at that. Above where we were, above an old support level. 51.46 was a support level. We went above, and we retracted just above it all. You could Facebook your Litecoin anywhere in the world. That's great. Somebody asks you for a little help. Yeah, here's a little Litecoin. You put up a good Facebook channel, pay me in Litecoin. This is really good news, guys. I was wondering if there was going to be an effect. I mean, Facebook is huge. I was really surprised. I was like, okay, now the price on that news should go up, and I didn't see anything. So now I'm starting to wonder. It takes the time frame it takes from news to be launched versus its effect on the market. In other words, when the news is announced, how long does it take for the market to react? I would thought it would be instantaneous, but I think in this case it's not. Substratum 2. Watch Substratum. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay? But I like this coin very much. It passed the test. It was able to give access to anybody in Iran to the whole internet. It was able to give access to anybody in Russia, access to the whole worldwide internet. And it was able to give everybody in China access to the whole worldwide internet. No restrictions. It went through. So that news integrated with Facebook, it's almost like the whole world is going to move to a new financial system. And honestly, tell you, after disasters and all financial disasters in these other countries, to protect ourselves from our own rogue elements in our government and in the banking system, we're going to have to move away from it. Even if the government doesn't sanction it, we're going to have to move away from it. It's an act of self-preservation for humankind, because these bankers will do anything. I'll give you an example. Remember the Rothschilds, what they did during the Napoleonic Wars? They went and sent a messenger to England after the Battle of Waterloo, right? Had the messenger go to England and say Napoleon actually won the Battle of Waterloo. And this was a paid Rothschild's informant. Oh, Napoleon beat Wellington at the Battle of Waterloo. It caused the stock plunge in the English market, because they thought Napoleon was going to eventually land on their shores and basically take over England. Their grand army was defeated by Napoleon's grand army, and the coalition of Russia, Prussia, and England were crushed. It turned out it wasn't true, but most people said, that's it, my commerce is over, they'll surround us, they'll choke us off, all the stock values plummeted up based on that false news, and the Rothschilds went in and started buying everything for pennies on the dollar. That's the system we have to get away from. We have to get away from it. It's infecting this system to a degree, but since we're a developing system and the outlook looks positive for us, that, I think, the FUD has less effect now. So once I expect Substratum to take off once they come online, and people said yes, it works. People already said yes, it works. It was tested in Shanghai, and they did that live. It was tested in India. That worked with no problem. Matter of fact, an Indian guy from India showed me how to set up my node, and it worked. India, that's where they invented the number system we have today. So I'm gonna say this, and then during this next week, when people discover this, that they could send their Litecoin. I mean, they're already sending cryptocurrencies. Like, the poor people know more about cryptocurrencies than anybody else, because it's a big money saver. Send a coin to somebody overseas it's very easy to do, and then they cash it out right away. Wow, this is really good news. I expect it to go higher. I think this is just the beginning. You're gonna get the Facebook effect. It's gonna go exponential, Litecoin. If you noticed, since the news, the rises are getting higher and higher. They're getting larger and larger on Litecoin. See? In 2 days, the bears were trying to do something here. Let's see what's happening to Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to go up here. If it's to have the same rally as Litecoin, it needs to go up here. But I honestly think Bitcoin is so manipulated, people just said, you know what, we got to go someplace else. We can't, they got too much control over Bitcoin with the shorts and everything. You see the movement? It really hasn't, Bitcoin really hasn't done anything. For me to even look at Bitcoin right now, I got to see at least 380, 400 before I turn around and start watching it. 6,400. Ethereum. Don't look at this until you see it stay over 200. I would say 202 before you start watching it, before it gets interesting. Litecoin. Since its integration with Facebook, it's the first cryptocurrency on Facebook. Facebook is expanded Litecoin to 2 billion people in the world. So 2 billion people are now going to have, if they have Facebook, they're going to have access to Litecoin. So 2 billion people out of what, 7 billion people that we have? That's a good percentage. And you know what? It also helps that Charlie Lee also happens to be Chinese. Just saying, people favor their own. They're on Facebook, you know, China might be saying, all right, let's get Charlie over here, our homeboy, and let's talk to him. All right, let me post this up.